stage of our Loire tour begins in Tours on the north side of the city and navigates to the left bank of the Loire. A well-signed protected bike track parallel to Avenue Malraux follows the course of the Loire toward the east until Montlouis-sur-Loire, where the route follows surface streets and hilly terrain and rejoins the Loire at Lusseau-sur-Loire for a flat ride on protected bike tracks all the way to Amboise, a 28-kilometer ride with 139 meters of elevation gain. Tours is a very bike-friendly city. Many of the connecting roads are marked with a bike pictogram showing which direction to travel. Our hotel selection put us very close to the Loire River, about a block from the Musée des Beaux-Arts. Soon we're crossing Avenue Malraux to a dedicated two-way bike track adjacent to the highway. In places where the road is close to the bike track, a protective barrier enhances the safety. As we cross into Saint-Pierre-des-Corps, Avenue Malraux becomes Quai de la Loire. Here, there is additional distance from the bike track to the highway. We'll see many cyclists today enjoying an unobstructed view of the Loire. Here we see occasional reminders that our route is for bicycles only, better known as the Bois Vert or Greenway. This continues through the small village of La Ville aux Dames for about 1 kilometer. In Montlouis-sur-Loire, we began to follow the route inland. From the 10-kilometer mark, our route leaves the Loire River Trail and follows a well-marked bike route across the D751, continuing on the other side of the highway. A sign points the way to avoid traffic on the bridge access road. Then we began negotiating surface streets through Montlouis, following the directions at each transition. Rue Descartes is also a trunk route known as the D85, but in the late morning traffic seems light. After about 300 meters, we are directed to the lesser-traveled Rue des Gripeaux. This is where we begin our first climb of the day. This leads to a narrow passageway for bikes that ends on the town square. It takes us through the centre-ville to Rue Église, where we can stop and view Église Saint-Laurent. Leaving the Église, we continue a moderate climb through a neighborhood known as the Haute de Loire, loosely translated as the Loire Heights. This climb crests at 37 meters above our starting point. Soon we begin a moderate descent on a Bois Vert. That takes us past some vineyards for about 1 kilometer. Still in Montlouis, we're back on local streets, which soon lead to another stretch of vineyards to our right and gorgeous sunflowers to our left for an entire kilometer, where we begin our second and final climb of the route. Then we're back on another local street that leads us through another vineyard. Then we crest the second climb at 91 meters above sea level. Going downhill, we leave Mont-Louis-sur-Loire and enter Luceau-sur-Loire, where we encounter a short, protected bike track. This takes us into a brief downhill on a shared tarmac that winds through Luceau. And continues a downhill run taking us back toward the Loire. At the bottom of the hill, we again reach the D751 highway and the Église Saint-Étienne. This is a busy road, so it's necessary to go past the Église and use the crosswalk to safely ride to the other side. Here we ride adjacent to the highway on a wide tarmac. After a few hundred meters, the track is protected from oncoming traffic and exits through a wooded voie verte. This is a very pleasant approach past a small lake with grazing sheep and a picnic area. As we enter Amboise, we are flanked by the lake to our right and the Loire to our left. This is a very peaceful way to enter a busy city. The D751 highway is completely out of sight, allowing us to enjoy the sight of the Loire. Nearing the centre-ville, we cross a bridge that takes us over a stretch of cobblestones for about 280 meters. At the end of the cobbles, we are in the Amboise parking lot. Good thing we're not driving a car. It's only lunchtime and the lot is full. We ride up a small rise to the edge of the busy D751 and then walk our bikes to the crosswalk. Once we've crossed the highway, we're only a few meters from our hotel, and our adventure in Amboise awaits us. Amboise boasts a rich history dating back to the 11th century. The town's cobblestone streets wind through a labyrinth of quaint shops, cafes, artisan boutiques, and art from medieval to modern, inviting visitors to immerse themselves in its timeless atmosphere. Its centerpiece is the Amboise Chateau. Its imposing towers and turrets dominate the skyline, creating a silhouette that is both commanding and elegant. Its historical significance peaked during the Renaissance when King Charles VIII and later Francois I transformed it into a lavish residence. The interior of Amboise Chateau exudes medieval elegance and Renaissance charm. Lavish tapestries adorn stone walls. Grand halls adorned with heraldic emblems lead to chambers featuring antique furnishings. This salamander was a mascot of Francois I. The garden of Amboise Chateau is a picturesque haven, blending Renaissance elegance and natural beauty. Manicured lawns, vibrant flower beds, and geometrically arranged hedges create a symphony of colors and shapes. The garden, meticulously designed during the 15th and 16th centuries, features terrace levels adorned with ornate statues and fountains. Towering cypress trees and neatly trimmed shrubs provide a sense of order. The Gothic chapel of Saint-Aubert, situated within the chateau, is a masterpiece of medieval architecture. Built in the 15th century, it originally served as a place of worship and later became the final resting place for Leonardo da Vinci. The chapel features stunning stained glass windows, ribbed vaults, and pointed Gothic arches. A short walk from the chateau is Clos Lucé, the final residence of the brilliant Renaissance artist and scientist Leonardo da Vinci. In 1516, Francois I invited da Vinci to live here, where he spent the last 3 years of his life. Leonardo's study at Clos Lucé provides a glimpse into the mind of a genius during the final years of his life. This room is adorned with reproductions of his inventions, detailed sketches, and scientific diagrams. The Clos Lucé garden features pathways bordered by fragrant flowers, herbs, and trees. The garden also hosts several life-size replicas of da Vinci's ingenious inventions, adding an interactive and educational dimension to the outdoor space. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe below and be notified as more stages are released.